All right, I believe we are live. Yes, we are 5 seconds in. Now, welcome to today's Menko Meetup 10. Can you believe we're 10 already? All right. You guys might notice Ryan's here. He's back from Japan, so he's gonna have to tell us all about that before we get into any kind of Menko pickups. Today's going to be a Ryan and Mike Menko show because I again don't have any Menko pickups. I do have a snipe on a single Menko that I hope to land, but it's not going to be much more than the starting price because it's already overpriced, I think. So I may not have anything to share next month. But I'm very happy to see you guys. Welcome back, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, welcome.
It's been a busy month before I got here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Do you want to tell us? Do you want to share anything?
Yeah, just in general. So I was in Japan for about a month, middle of January to just middle of February. Part of it was vacation, part of it was work. And the exciting news coming up is we're moving to Japan in this summer, which is really great. Certainly, it's going to be great living there, but certainly a lot closer to Menko and a lot of the collecting. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, I'll be there at least 2 years, hopefully a little longer, but we'll see how that goes.
Wow.
So yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting being that close to a lot of the hobby.
Okay. We'll have
I really hope you can find all that stuff because as you know, maybe you can tell us like, you got it. You got to like search every single nook and cranny to find any kind of Menko. Because most of the like mint shops don't carry Menko.
Yeah.
At least not the ones that I know of. Like the mint. Well, the one of the mint shops I did visit a couple of years ago, they did have a little binder, like a single binder of older Menko, but I don't remember the prices. They might have been overpriced, but I don't unless you went to like one time I went to Mandarake. I think Mandarake. I don't know. I think it's Mandarake, and I think they might have had those. I think they had Kelby in some binders. I don't know if they had Menko, but I think it's pretty hard to find some of that stuff unless you go to certain things, unless you already know about things,
Yeah, you can go to some. There's the Don Quixote. There's a couple other places that you can sometimes run across, but it's going to be interesting to see if I can find any of that. I know there's flea markets. They do have some card shows, but I think they're more focused on the modern stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of options that they have to dig up some of the older stuff as far as stores or shows, flea markets. Garage sales aren't popular there, but hopefully I'll be able to stumble across some of that. This last time I was there, I wasn't really focused on going in and exploring any of that. It was really just kind of vacation in some rural parts of Japan. And then I was working pretty long days, so I didn't have a chance to really explore while I was there this past time. But looking forward to doing that.
Yeah. 2 years is a long time.
We're in the outskirts of Tokyo, so I'm, I kind of fantasize about being able to, make a day of getting into Tokyo, doing some stuff, and then getting back home. Having the accessibility of Tokyo, but not living right in Tokyo. So hopefully there's some of that there I can find. In
July, you're moving, right?
What's that?
July.
Correct. Yep, moving in July. So.
All right, I'll have to make my way over there one time.
Yeah. Pretty close to Tokyo, about 30 miles west of Tokyo. So.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Ryan? Do you guys know Ryan Glusing?
No. Baseball collector.
He has this card is cool blogspot.com where he shares all of his pickups. I met him several years now. I saw, and you guys know Dave McNeely, MPB card guy. I'm sure you know of him anyway.
Yeah.
I did meet him as well in Tokyo one time, and then another time I did meet Ryan separately. But when I met Ryan, he took me to, and I'll have to get this to you, Ryan. He told me about this place. It's like those malls, it's like an outdoor mall, but it's basically, it doesn't look like it's outdoor, but it's outdoor on the sides and then like where you enter and exit. It's like an outdoor mall, but it doesn't feel like an outdoor mall. but I forgot the name of the place. I think it's about 20 to 30, 25 miles west of Tokyo as well. It starts with an N, I think. I forgot the name of it, but I think there were a couple of shops that had like they had Menko. But I'll have to try and get the name from him again. I haven't spoken to him for a little while, and I actually need to send him some cards. I've owned him for a while, but I'll have to get you that the name of that place.
Yeah, when I went back the first time after I'd lived in Japan, and then I went back to on vacation, I found this random store online and went to it, and it was, no kidding, a store packed floor to ceiling with Menko Taba packs hanging from the ceiling, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Menko just all over the store.
Where is this?
This was in Tokyo, and it was probably northeast of Tokyo, downtown, the downtown area. Well, kind of like the Ueno, or if you kind of think of the
I was about to say,
Tokyo Station and all that. For the life of me, I cannot find out where it is again. I don't have the address. I can't go back in any records and figure out where the address is, and for the life of me, I cannot.
How long ago was this?
This was at least 15 years ago, 12, 15 years ago. So
might not be there anymore.
Might not be in there anymore, but I certainly, it was amazing to walk into. It was just packed with Menko, bromides, mini cards, toys. It was heaven. It was pretty good. So
that sounds
hopefully I can try to find that place again somehow. I'm not sure how, but I'll make a much more concerted effort trying to. But hopefully I can find more stores like that. I don't know if those are slowly dying out nowadays, but it's going to be interesting to just see what the old card scene is in Japan.
Mm-hmm. And being there, you might be able to do a little bit of networking, have conversations with people, just asking around. It's a little bit different when you're just visiting for vacation or whatever it might be. Who knows? You might come across somebody who, oh yeah, you should go over here or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Hopefully you can make, especially with some antique dealers. My first thought is maybe at least try there and kind of see where that might lead me.
Yeah,
very cool.
Are you studying harder on your Japanese?
Yeah, Duolingo. I don't know if you guys use Duolingo at all.
I started using it for Korean, but it was taking too long to get to my level.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of brushing up on that.
Nice. All right. Well, that's exciting. But like once June rolls around, you'll have to remind us because I might forget. But I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, and
likewise.
I hope the exchange rate stays the way it is because things are so cheap in Japan right now.
Yeah.
From what I'm used to, and just.
Well, I hope it doesn't. I need you to go. Well, here I need you to go up.
Okay, well, there you go. But visiting, it's just ridiculous how cheap relatively it is compared to how it was in the past and how I remember it. But yeah, things are just so inexpensive right now.
That's a luxury if you can keep it that. If you stay that way, that's a luxury. So.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ryan, did you pick up some sumo?
So I did, but not in Japan on my trip. But I certainly had a backlog of auctions. I opened up a few today. I can probably show a few of those. I don't know, Dan, do you have my phone camera?
Yeah, let's see if this doesn't make any screeching noises. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Does this work out for everybody? I don't know.
That looks great. Yeah, especially when we put it big, it looks great.
So a couple things. So these are interesting. These are bromides from the I think 55. And I don't know if this was how they came from the factory, but it's this bromide that's attached to this larger, it's about a 3x5, 3.5 by 5.5 cardboard piece.
Is that a stamp? What is that?
Yeah, and so these are stamps of the face at the top. Those
are amazing.
Another set somewhere. but I don't know if this came from the factory this way or if some kid was playing around. But you can see in the upper right hand corner, it's only on this corner. There's little holes that almost like they attached all these.
It's like a Tabo type thing, right?
Yeah, so they're all blank backed, but and not all of them have this stamp, but they all have this little hole, almost like some kid used these as, I don't know, like a study guide or I don't know. Super interesting. So I picked them up. They were super cheap, so I figured why not take a gander and see what they are. So this set's from 55. I was able to narrow that down, but it's got these stamps are really cool. Nothing like I've ever seen before.
So these cards are not ones that you've previously cataloged?
I have not. No, I have not seen these cards anywhere else.
Gotcha. So the chances that they came this way from a factory of some kind is higher.
It seems high because I have not. Now I haven't looked at every single card, but I went back to some sets that are similar in size, and all these cards are brand new. So
wow,
it leads me to believe that these came from the factory this way.
Yeah, I can't imagine some kid having the means and the wherewithal to do this.
Yeah.
So, wow.
But you can see, yeah. So this is Kagami Sato, so Yokozuna at the time. But yeah, so I picked up. There's 14 that I picked up. Obviously, I don't know if this is a complete set, but they're all different. And again, they all have this like little hole. Yeah. It's bent, so it looks like they again use string to attach all these in some sort of fashion. I don't know if it came from the factory that way, but yeah. So I cataloged this.
So interesting.
Today.
What did you catalog it as? Do you recall?
Yeah, I cataloged it as like the 1955. You know, in the sumo world, I've used the BB.
Mm-hmm.
So BB55, I think this is the 7, BB557.
Gotcha.
So black and white bromide, 1955, and then the 7th set I've cataloged. Yeah. So this kind of that was. Bless you. Yeah. So again, I'm not sure if these are factory kids did them, but yeah. So that's kind of a cool.
Very cool.
Those are really cool
stuff that I picked up. Let's see. So these are fun. So I collect box sets of cards.
Yes, more of these.
So this is, and this is probably from the 60s or 70s, but these are, what is it? Shoot, I'm gonna get it wrong. Like, is it Hiroshige? The 50 Views of the Tokaido, by Hiroshige. So
these are actual arts, not photos.
Yeah, this is the woodblock print, and then they made these little cards, in Japanese on the back. I'm sure this was for the tourist market. It's got English there as well, but so Hiroshige did 50 prints of the Tokaido, which was the old road between Tokyo and Kyoto, or Edo at the time. And anyway, I picked these up, and each one is just obviously each of his prints, and then it explains it in Japanese on the back. But I thought that was kind of cool.
Those are gorgeous. I love the woodblock. Love it.
Yeah. So I won't go through each one of these, but I've been more interested in some of the woodblock prints that they've turned into these like little card sets. So this again, like I said, I think this is from probably the 60s, maybe 70s, and I think it was again for the tourist market because
you said you have a lot of these, right?
Yeah. I collect these little box sets of just different random, typically non-sports topics, but I thought that was kind of a cool little set to pick up.
I agree.
Yeah.
So as far as the little sets go, is it always like the woodblock prints or photos?
This one's a little different. No, most of them are just photos that they actually attach, like miniature photos that they make little boxed tourist sets out of, or souvenir sets out of. This one just happens to be the copies of the print from Hiroshige. So if you're familiar with there's a bunch of different series that were popular. This one being one of them, 50 Views of the Tokaido. There's like 50 Views of Fuji.
What was the what time frame did he make the originals?
This was in the 1800s, I think.
18.
I'm going to guess like 1850. It probably actually said it in the box. Yeah, it was like 1830, 40, 50, somewhere around there is when he actually made the prints.
Gotcha. Wow.
So,
jeez.
Anyway, I've been more interested in these little box sets. So, I know not specific sumo or baseball, but that's what I'd picked up. So these are popular. Again, these are not cards, but a little bit of interesting culture. So in Japan, gachapon, which are the capsule toys.
Gachapon.
What's that?
No, I forgot the gacha.
Yeah, I think gachapon, but yeah, there's these capsule toys are like everywhere in Japan now, and they've been there for a while, but they're more noticeable now. But anyway, in the Kokugikon, when I went to watch sumo, they actually had these little gachapon toys. So you'd like pay, I don't know, 500 yen.
Is it taped?
What's that?
Is it taped around the edge? No.
No, yeah, not taped. But they have these little, and all sorts of different types, and obviously not just sumo, but they all over Japan they have just different random little toys. But this was kind of neat. These little.
I was like, what am I looking at? Nothing.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But these are like little hang banners you can see.
Yeah.
You just see hang up on the wall for 500 yen. About I don't know.
That's
$3 or so. That's kind of a cool little souvenir.
What kind of a material is that?
Looks like
like a nylon or something.
Yeah, it's like a nylon. I don't think it's silk, but it's like a shiny nylon. It's not.
If it's silk for $3, you need to go back and buy a whole bunch.
I'm pretty sure it's not silk, but it's got like that. Yeah, that nylon, silky.
That's really high quality, though. I mean, that looks really good.
It'd be awesome if you had the full set.
I know. I was like, dang it. When I got there, I was like, I should have bought more of these. But yeah,
I'd be so curious if it'd be really cool if they had this almost like if you put them next to each other, they kind of completed a similar scene with background, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you see that with card sets or whatever, where you can kind of put them next to each other. It does like a bigger scene or something like that.
Yeah. So that was that. I got another one. It's not the hanging banner, but these are like a little acrylic sumo wrestlers. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's baseball ones too. When baseball season starts up, if you have a lot of these that are baseball related. But
I guarantee you.
You see these
like
little acrylic stand guys. My table. They stand like that, but
nice.
Those are also really cool, man. So I was just at the grocery store here this evening before we started up here tonight, and it was like, what is this whole like the candy machines and things they have there are totally
oh yeah,
like crap compared to this stuff. So
and these are it's high quality. I didn't know what you get.
Welcome. How's it going?
Oh, it's going okay.
Right,
should we do an introduction?
JJ Bond, I don't even know your first name.
Jared.
Hey, Jared.
No, it's JJ. It's JJ.
JJ's okay?
JJ.
No.
Sure.
I was just joking, but
okay.
I think we just call him Mr. Bond.
That used to work with my students.
There you go, right?
So JJ is also in the Discord that Mike started, so that's how I know JJ. So welcome to your first Menko Meetup.
Oh,
great!
I didn't know you were coming. This is awesome.
Neither did I.
Welcome.
Awesome.
I just happened to
know he's coming. How did he get here? That's awesome.
All right. So JJ, since you're new here, do you want to talk about how you got into Menkos? And I'll make you.
How did I get into them? I've just stumbled across them. This was sort of a confluence of interests I had. I've been, deciding to learn Japanese on Duolingo, and I've been collecting baseball cards for a while. I'm sort of into the more obscure topics. So the Federal League, the 1914 and 15 attempt at the major league competition drew interest for me for a while. And before that, I did a lot of research with like 1930s newspaper comic strips. And so I'd sort of find these sort of small niches that haven't really been explored too much on the internet and just dive into them. So right now it's Japanese Menko.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, I know that you're into the early 1900 stuff, so you must appreciate what Robert collects, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some amazing items.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he
All right.
does.
Are you in the is it baseball or just any Menko?
Baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
Following childhood interest.
Yeah.
Dabbled off and on in cards through my teens, and yeah, it's good to be back again.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you did
Think
text.
about
I
that
didn't see the private chat, so we'll call you Jared. That's what he said. So Jared.
That's
All right. I guess Mike could be next, but Jared, do you buy Menko every month?
Definitely online, but my packages don't come that often.
Okay. No, that's fine. I haven't bought anything for like a few months. All right, Mike, you ready? You want to show us some non-sport?
If Ryan is done.
Oh, no, Ryan, show us enough. We'll come back to Ryan. I don't want him to close the door.
I got some more Menko also, but you go ahead, Mike.
Okay, sure. Should I go sport, non-sport?
What do you have more of this time around?
I have more non-sport,
Let's do non-sport then.
Yeah,
which is typical of me, I suppose.
Right.
But
Okay, here we go.
all right, let's see. So it wouldn't be a Menko meetup if I didn't have Batman. So
Yes.
I'm gonna start there. All right.
Yes.
All right. So I picked up several lots of Menko. I've shown several of these before, but for this particular set. But I think this is a complete set of this particular 60s Batman Menko. So this is the I think I call it Maruta military back or whatever in the Discord channel, but that's the backs.
Mm-hmm.
And I've shown many of these before, but like here's the Wrecking Ball Batman. And here's one of my favorites, the backhanded slap Batman is my favorite. But so there's I have 16 of these. I've only seen 16. That's what I have at least cataloged in the Discord. Of course, more could appear at some point, but these are all I've got finally tracked down all of them. Like I had seen some online, but didn't actually have them, but now I actually do have. This is probably like the coolest singularly Batman image. But I don't need to show all 16 of these, I don't imagine, but it's the complete set I finally have from what I currently know of. Let's see, here's a cool
Mike, what year are those from again?
These are definitely 60s. So this set back is very prevalent all throughout.
Yes, it is. I have a lot of that back in other stuff.
Yeah, it's a very common 1960s, which honestly, this makes a whole lot of sense for 1966 because these all very much are in line with the Adam West 1960s American TV show. So it's not definitive per se, because there's nothing that's like, oh yeah, it's very obviously clearly that, but it's definitely 60s. I like this one just from the bat on there, like with a lot of
the red pops,
yeah. And so the two that I had 14 of them, and the two that I needed to kind of complete the set was this one.
Ooh, a new skeleton one.
The new skeleton one with carrying some sort of chest of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like
that one, and then the dynamic duo here together.
Wow. Have we had a blonde Robin?
Well, in the last one we did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just before today.
There's actually several of blonde Robin. I think there's actually one where. Oh, so it's funny because you talk about his hair. So here's blonde Robins. Here's another blonde Robin with a dude that is attacking him. He looks like Silver Surfer, but whatever. So you have the blonde Robins, and then you have the brunette / dark-haired Robin. Right?
I mean, before today, I don't recall seeing a blonde Robin.
Oh, really? I've shown so many of these over time that who knows. But so I finished off, at least as far as I know currently, and it makes sense. Like 16 seems like a round number, like That's not unusual for a lot of sets.
You would think a lot of those panels would be 4s and 4s and 4s.
That's kind of like if this was 17, I'd be like, okay, that doesn't make any sense or whatever. But so I think that kind of makes sense. And then to finish off the Batman, this is the what I call the baseball back set. This is one that I hadn't hadn't seen yet. It's just one that it was on catalog for me, which I'm kind of disturbed by this hooded guy who looks like he's punching some kid.
It does look like that. Yes.
I mean, thankfully Batman's coming to the rescue, but that just seems evil. And knowing Batman's backstory, I think that guy really gets it. I think he really takes it to him later on. And then this is another set of Batman that I have seen, but this is the first time I've actually owned any. So this is a pretty common back that you see for a lot of different Menko from the 60s. But so this is Batman here. I like his legs are very funky there. Like if you look at it long enough, you're like, what's happening there? Then this one, go ahead.
He's playing. What's that game where you spin it and you have to
Twister? Yeah.
He looks like he's playing Twister. Yeah.
And then this is another one from the set. This is obviously heavily stained, but I actually really like this image with all the staining. It has that same skeleton guy.
Yeah.
So,
but he's got this Batarang or whatever in that one.
Batarang, I think. All right, so that's my Batman.
Cool.
That I can contribute. I'll probably just do another thing here, and then I can pass on and come back because I got plenty to share. Let me do this since we're talking about Americana Menkos. So if you
presidents.
No, there's not presidents. This is just another American creation, I guess. Okay. I think it's American. I assume it's American. Or at least what it's depicting is the American version of it. But anyways, so if you spend any time looking at older Menkos, especially in the 40s and 50s, Tarzan is a very ubiquitous topic or genre that you see. And so this particular set I hadn't seen before. I got it in the lot. So this is Tarzan in New York, which I believe was like either a movie / TV show. Like this was not, they didn't just make this up. This is actually a thing. But Tarzan goes to New York.
Wow.
And here's the back.
Very cool back.
Yeah. Here's also Tarzan in New York, but apparently he gets into a boxing match. No, I haven't seen the show. Don't know.
Did you see what the top says on the front?
Say again.
Do you know what the top says in the front? The text.
I think it says the same on the front as it does on the back, which is Tarzan in New York. Yeah.
Okay.
And then from the same set, so this set seems to me like this is just sort of covering all of these different Tarzan like movies or shows or whatever. But I think this has got something. I like how his knife is in his
see-through. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. You got that. Here's Tarzan riding a camel. So he apparently goes to Egypt.
There you
go. Here he is riding I think I'm gonna guess a water buffalo. I don't know, dinosaur. I don't know what that is, but he's riding it.
Are they all from the same set?
Yes, these are all the same set. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah. So sort of here's him with his elephant friend. Here is him with Chimp. Here's him fighting a dude with a tie, camel in the background, so it's still in Egypt. And then here's some guy on a horse coming after him, right?
Wow.
So, yeah, so there, and I have a lot of Tarzan Menko. A lot of Tarzan Menko, and I really enjoy it. I like it, even though I don't really know and I've never really seen much of Tarzan. But just the imagery and everything about it is.
Now I know you buy a lot of like big lots.
Yeah,
Now,
that's how I come
I
across.
was going to say, were you seeking these out, or you just happened to come
No, these came. So I got these in a lot that had a combination of baseball and yokai, the ghouls that I really love, and so it was a lot of 1950s
Okay.
Menko, and it just happened to be that these were all in there. So that's very much how I rarely seek out Tarzan Menko. They just kind of end up in my collection, and I'm starting to grow on me. So, maybe I'll start to, the more I have, maybe I'll start to actually pay closer attention to sets and all that kind of stuff and start to try and catalog it a little bit. But yeah, so I have a lot more, but I will pass the baton.
All right. Since I don't have anything to share, I do want to share one thing that I can show you guys. I have moved my Nagashima Menko, well, Nagashima and other baseball players, to binders. So I no longer am using the vault boxes with the card savers. So I have I decided to put them in my 9-page binder. Oh crap! Let's move you back. Sorry. Okay, press the wrong button. All right, here we go. Make me big. All right. So what I want to show you guys is, so I decided to move all of these to the binders.
Nice.
So I do have all these separated by most of these are chronological in order by year and within and by alphabetically within the year, but eventually I'm going to mix them up and they'll just be sorted by year. So right now I have all of my, so these are all I'm not sure, most of these first ones, well, I know if it has a border typically is in his rookie year, so this might be a 59 instead of a 58. But so, and I wanted to use these because, as you know, we all love the backs, so I had to see the backs.
Yes.
So I had to keep those in there. So
nice.
And then by the way, I believe these are all still 58s. So I think right around here is where I stop, because you can see there's a couple that I don't have there. This is where 58 stops, and then 59 starts. But I need to do a better job of labeling that. I could be wrong. I get all these mixed up. These might still be 58s. Then this might be 59s or 60s. I think this is a 60, this JBR set. But so then we just go through all these Nagashimas, and then we get to, sorry, still more Nagashima. All right. Then we get to Kaneda. So I have Kaneda next.
Well, slow down.
I'm sorry?
I was saying slow down. I love me some Kanedas.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I forgot you love Kanedas. So let's go back. Sorry. All right. So this is what we got here. I just love seeing them in the pages now instead of just using them, putting them aside and not going through them. Is
I think it's a beautiful way to display them, especially the colorful fronts, the awesome backs.
And by the way, this is what I told you. I thought about putting like a black sheet between each of these pages so these pop more, you know?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
What percentage do you think you have of all of his cards?
Of who?
50% of them all, or did
Nagashima?
No chance.
Nagashima, I have around. I lost track. Maybe 125 different ones.
Mm.
And that
I don't remember the actual number. I need to update that for myself.
There are so many of each of these guys. It's not even fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's so many. Like the bromides, those are typically more expensive. I usually have passed on buying bromides of Nagashima, even though they don't come up very often. I just try to cut back on spending, and then that's what happens. Nomura. I love Nomura. All right, God is great. Welcome. And actually, this is one of the few non-Menkos I have. I think this is an NST of Nomura on the bottom here. Yeah, it's a blank back. I'm not sure if that's NST or not. No, actually, I think NST does have a back, so I'm not sure what that's from. Then we got Kazuhisa Ino, who I like as a pitcher.
Yeah.
Wow. What are those small ones?
These are from it's a JBR set. It's like a 4. It's called the 4-in-1 black and white set.
Yeah.
And I actually did have the sheet, and I cut them all up. I might actually have another sheet, but I don't think I cut it up yet. And this one, the rounds, that has like 3 players in it. The set, I mean, I'd really like this one. I forgot the set name, but that's what the back looks like.
Oh yes.
One of my favorite. Is it here? One of my favorites. This is one of my favorites of I love this image right here. But
Nice.
Next, I don't have all of my guys in here. Is Harimoto.
Harimoto. What a great story he is. If anybody doesn't know the story, Google it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's touching. And then the last 2, sorry, these are actually, these might be 59s, I think. And then we have Yamauchi. I think I have 2 pages of him. And these are my O's. These are the only O's I have. This might actually, I think this is a 59.
Nice.
So, and then these are the later thick Menkos. They're like 72, 75, 76, etc.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to put these in pages.
They look great, man. They look really great.
That's awesome.
Right. Hey, Jared, do you have anything you want to share?
Recently, just a couple Nagashima pickups. I mean, nothing too exciting.
All right, you can't make me jealous though. So if you think you're gonna make me jealous, you can't share them.
No, that's more of a reason to share.
Just some, the standards. A lot of the scoreboard backs.
Oh wow, do you label these yourself?
Yes,
yeah.
I am overly analytical with labels and everything. So it is helpful because there's so many of the scorecard backs and all the various poses. I just put together that website on his different rookie cards just as a visual.
You put that in the chat. Put that in the chat when you get a second.
Yeah, let me see if I can get that up again. Let's see.
That was like the complete list that you're tracking of rookies.
Yeah,
I made a visual database.
Yeah, it's really good. It's all dedicated to it. It's really good.
I think I missed that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's in the Discord too, but obviously if you share it here, just check it out. It's really cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Jared, are you the one that sent my? Jared, I'm sorry, Jared. Are you the one that I sent my? Did I respond to your thread with my
yes
page?
Yes, you did. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And every week or so I can find a couple more pictures online, but it's slowly filling in. I'm still enjoying this set of.
Oh yeah, with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't quite figure out what's going on with the leg placement here, so I'm really hoping to find the original picture to find out what exactly.
Yeah, that's
totally. Oh Lord, yeah. Okay, I've just now noticed that. Wow.
You skip leg day.
And like, is that a third kid's leg in the back?
Because with it being a cutout photo, it very well could.
It's like there's somebody behind him with his arm up.
Like an arm,
yeah. You see like some hands behind his back. It's somebody behind him.
Yes. And that's his leg, I think. Yeah.
But that's such a
lot of
very
Menko cards. You wonder, that's the picture you decided to put on the card?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a few of them. Yeah.
My favorite is it's not only there's the pictures that you're like, wow, why did they pick that picture? But my real favorites are the ones that they draw. Like, you drew that. Like, why did you choose that? It's like, what? Jared, is this the set that Gary's going to add?
Yes. Yeah. He finally has enough that he's going to put in. We think it's oddly focused on Nagashima, or that's just a fluke of what was saved over the years. Never sure exactly. Are we looking at a statistical sample, or is this biased because kids would have saved his card over other generic players?
Right. Yeah. Either is very plausible.
But most of mine I just mailed off to SGC to get graded and encapsulated.
Is SGC still going to be around in time?
And then heard that like the very next day. So
yikes! Yeah.
How many did you send in?
About 70.
Wow, nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're obviously not going away. I mean, the parent company at PSA bought them, so it's not like PSA themselves bought it. So I mean, eventually, who knows what's going to happen? But in the short term, I have to imagine that any orders that come in, it's money. Why wouldn't any company take money to continue to do their work? So you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think there'll be SGC tuxedos slab for a little while anyway. And
Yeah.
you wanted all these in tuxedos, right, Jared?
Yeah. And so, of course, I like things to look the same. So you wonder what it's going to be like in the future besides resale value in being impacted.
Yeah.
Do you already have slabbed cards, SGC slabbed cards?
Besides the Menko, I've got a bunch of Feder League and Victorian trade cards, baseball themed, 1880s, 1890s. It's another little niche hobby that I look at.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Nice.
those are awesome. Yeah, Sensei says better PSA to buy SGC than Fanatics. I don't know. All these, Fanatics likes to make things very clear, like pants and everything else, and so maybe the grading would have been fine with Fanatics. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, you up next?
Yeah. I don't know if you've got my little camera thingy up. I guess I probably should move my. So, kind of what Mike had presented. So these in the sumo world, we call these M series. I forget what they're called in the baseball.
These would be JCM.
These are JCMs.
Yeah.
But I picked up a bunch of these. A lot of these, some of them will be upgrades. Others will just be duplicates. There's some new ones in here, but these are in pretty used condition. But I think I picked them up for like 1,000 yen for this whole thing, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, this is kind of a nice little representation of random M series Sumo Menko from the 50s. This is a pretty common back, lightning back.
Yep, I've seen that back in a lot of different genres.
Yeah. This one's cool. This one's gold ink, and it might be hard to see that on here.
Oh yeah, no, I see that. Yep.
Yeah, these are prize cards. So these, if you pulled a winner Menko, with the 1, 2, or 3, they would issue these gold ink panels. At least in the sumo world, it's like 3, 4, and 5 panels. If you got a number 1 winner Menko, you would get the 5 Menko panel. 2 would be the 4, and then if you got the 3rd place, you would get like a panel of 3 gold.
That's awesome.
And then kids would cut these apart.
Is he wearing? What is going on with?
So that's
his chest.
Yeah, I know. This is really odd. This is a prize that he won. I forget which year it was, but he won not an official tournament. I guess it could have been, but my understanding it was like a regional tournament that he won, and this just happened to be like the prize he won. It fit around his neck and his body, and he would wear it like that. So you see several pictures of Yoshibayama with this weird, odd-looking medal, if you will, on his chest.
Is that the only time you've seen that medal?
Yeah, only on Yoshibayama, this wrestler here. So,
cool back.
So yeah, it's like 50. I think this is 56. But yeah, this is pretty cool back. It's like got a 3D effect.
Yeah, I'd say like a
card in the middle there.
Took the extra time to make it look a little bit more unique.
Yeah. So one day, my goal is to go back through all the Menko and really understand what this bottom reads like. But this like some thunder or something, thunder or lightning person, maybe thunder guy. So it's maybe what my crude translation. So here's another one, Otachi.
Nice. I've seen that back too.
Yeah, this is Niji.
Oh, is that what that is? I've always wondered because I've seen that.
Yeah, that's the mark there for Niji.
Niji.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making note of that. All right.
So that's the Niji mark, and they made half a dozen sets in the 50s.
Yeah.
I love the little image of them.
Yeah, here's another Niji back.
Yeah.
All 50s. It's pretty crude, but again, I love these kids. This pile definitely came from a kid that had played with these in the 50s. It's pretty cool.
Honestly.
Another Niji back. I think Wakaseyama, so kind of a lower rank, but here's that.
Ooh, different back.
Yeah. Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt back. Here's kind of a picture within a picture here, scene. So lightning back. it's interesting on the Sumo world or Sumo sets. This lightning back it's like no kidding, 6 or 7 different variations of color that I've just went ahead and cataloged, all the way from black to this orange to this brown to a blue, purple. So
yeah, I've seen that in a lot of other genres too. The same kind of color palette.
The ones you just shared, like the last one,
yeah,
those look like baseball has the same style.
Yeah, okay. And I'm not sure what company made these. I have not found an unopened box of these yet, but hopefully someday. Definitely a well-loved one. So this is a Kagome one you can see here. I think this one's from 4. But Kagome, nice gloss front. I think there's 2 variations. I think this set has this gloss front, and then there's a matte finish. Here's a gold ink one. You can see that again. I think I picked this set up for this card here. These black and white M series are very hard to find. So this is
green back too. That
Have you seen it back before, Ryan?
Yeah, I've got this cataloged. Not many from the set, but I picked it up because this is a new Menko for me. Here's another Niji, so a bunch of the Nijis. This is another set that's got a bunch of variations. It's got the striped borders. It's got the white borders. It's got different color backs. Here another. I just love the artwork on these.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Yeah. Matsunobori there, another Matsunobori. There, I think probably some of them similar to baseball.
Yes.
No, so this is another lightning back, different than the previous one, but another lightning back there. And then we get into some. I think this is Mitsuwa. I can't remember what company. I think I've identified the actual company on these.
I think you're right.
I think that might be in the baseball world too. They've got those.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep, there's another Niji.
That's what I was thinking of before.
And then here's another of that black and white.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Did you see both the black and whites when you bought this lot? Is this all a lot?
Yeah, this was all one lot. So yeah, I saw these black and whites on there, and so I was just snagging them. So those are those. I'm sure some of them will be in my doubles pile. Let's see. So another cool pickup. So I got these. This is a colorized postcard from, I think I was able to narrow this down to about 1909.
Wow.
1910. But they are colorized. This is Takamiyama. So, and I forget his original name, but he switched names, and then this is his new name. So I was kind of able to identify the year that happened. But it's really cool. It's got this like a post box, right? A Japanese post box.
Yeah.
That's an image of that in the stamp box area.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so I was able to pick that up. I've owned this copy here. I've had this for a while. Same one. I was never able to find another one from the set until today. I opened this auction up, and now I was able to actually get 2. And so kind of my rule of thumb is once I get 2 of one, I'll go ahead and catalog it in my book.
That's amazing. How long between those 2 pickups?
Let's see. It's probably less than a year.
Okay. So relatively.
At one point, just because I love the coloring on this one.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And then this is definitely a harder back to find. I've more recently started picking up more postcards. My goal is to continue to pick those up and try to catalog postcards, but they're so freaking expensive. It's like 2,000 yen, 2,500 yen per card. So I don't.
Do you use those? Do you use the 2 pocket pages for the postcards?
The 4 pockets, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they have 4 pocket postcard pages. So Yeah, so this one's got foxing on it, but again, I don't mind. I'm all about.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it than in this condition than not. So
Right.
And it's
Oh, that's a
despite
big
that. I mean, to me, if you ask me between the two of them, I kind of like the one with the foxing. As beautiful as the coloration, the gold is on the other one, I kind of like that one better.
It actually I mean, this sticks out really, really well. And I think that was actually part of the original card. They probably updated that and then released it. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. So this is true for all Japanese postcards. This line right here,
right, offset
to the left, about a third from the left border. That means it's from about 1908 to 1918. That was the style they used. So you can narrow down about the 10-year time frame that these cards were issued in.
That's amazing.
So then picked up this item here. This is an uncut sheet of, I think these are 1943 Menko.
Wow.
I think I have this set cataloged. I wasn't able to find it as easily today. This is a little different style, but they've got these columns of statistics. This is pretty common in Sumo Menko. They'll put these statistics, where they were born, what stable they're part of, like if they're right or left-handed, and like their favorite technique. Very common in Sumo. But I'm pretty sure this is from 43, and I think I've narrowed down the set, but I need to do a little more research. You can see a duplicate there on the bottom and top. This is how Menko, Sumo Menko were issued in the 30s and 40s. Majority of them on this style, the BB series, were issued in sheets, and then kids would cut them out. So this is cool too, because this is a Warrior one, which was super rare.
Yeah, I would say 43. I'm like, whoa, wow.
Yeah, right in the middle of the war, and I forget if this is to the set that I think it is. Yeah, this is 1943, and I was able to narrow down it just with the Rikishi or the wrestlers that were on there. But yeah, pick that up. Let's see. I'll tell you what, I'll stop there. I've got a couple more items, but I'll save those for my next trip around.
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Let's see baseball. You got baseball?
I do, but let me finish. Let me just knock out my non-sports.
All right.
Sorry, I don't mean to disappoint you. Well, so I'll start with something that looks that's a bridge between. It's a bridge between.
All right.
You know those, Dan.
Headshot over ball.
Headshot over ball.
The winner stamp on it.
That one has a winner stamp. Here's a Kawakami back. Here's a Naruti. Ida.
Nice.
Yeah. Or as PSA would do on Robert Slab's, Lita.
Yeah. Another winner stamp there.
Mira.
And that one there. I show all these because that set.
Oh, non-baseball.
Non-baseball.
Oh, it's like samurai.
Yeah, so it's like historical figures, samurai. Some could be like a shogun or somebody.
And I have the same company, but doing to samurai.
Yep.
Yep, they screwed that back up. That's funny. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see a Daigaki.
I have that in my baseball. It wouldn't be a baseball reveal without a Daigaki. So, right. So along the historical figure kind of line, I got this. This is in a very big lot that it was like hundreds and hundreds of Menkos. This is a roughly like 45-ish of this, all from the exact same kind of set. So it's a currency back set, which are very typical for the 50s, maybe even into the 60s, maybe, but mostly 50s is kind of this style of. There's plenty of currency fronts, backs, whatever, go for a long time. But these are just these really gorgeous sort of cartoon-like historical figures. I think I've done some translating on this. I can't remember all of them. I think this was like an emperor, maybe. I can't remember now, but I'm only going to show like a handful of these because, like I said, there's 40 plus of all different kinds. But they're all historical figures. They're either samurai or shogun or member of the court. or could be like from what you would, I guess, the equivalent of like folklore. This one actually translate. I thought this was pretty cool. This one translate as Purple Hood, which historically was an individual that was a samurai or something like, I think a samurai or equivalent thereof. But then eventually became the Purple Hood became sort of indicative of something more than just the individual. And then there's been TV shows and other things that have kind of come from it.
Purple is a very important color in like Shinto religion. It's like a very powerful color.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So there's just all kinds of different.
Those are really cool. I don't think I've ever seen those before.
I had never seen a one in my life, and now I have 45 of them. And it's like,
what's the back
what?
again? I'm sorry. What's the back again?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, and they are different. I should say that. So they're all currency backs of some form, which this could probably tell us a little bit more definitively about maybe the era or something. I don't know, but the backs are duplicated quite frequently as far as numbers, and so it's not like they're all unique. But yeah, so they're all sort of currency backs. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's just, I mean, all kinds of different amazing imagery that, and I haven't translated all. Someday I'll translate all of them, I suppose, at least the best I can. Because some of these, like they'll translate, and then you're like, it just doesn't make sense. Like you can't find anything online about them or whatever. But there's just, I mean, I've got so many of them. But anyways, that is a really, really cool find. There's one of those that you're just not expecting. It's just like all of a sudden, like going through them, and I'm like, wait a second, this is.
Now you have probably the world's most complete collection.
I might. I don't know. I don't know. At least in Colorado, I'm sure I do. The last of my non-sport here, and then I'll pass along. But Dan and everyone who's ever followed knows that I really like sort of 50s, 60s sci-fi space stuff. So again, this was actually in the same lot as those I just showed you, of just awesome sort of space.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I mean, it's like, what is that? But love the back. I've never seen it
back before. Nice.
It very cool. This is actually, I believe, from a movie, a Roman centurion on Mars or something like that. I can't remember the translation, but apparently it was like a movie. It's not just somebody's made up fantasy world.
Wow.
And then just imagery of all kinds of cool. So this is actually a Kagome issue.
Interesting. I haven't seen that back before.
Here's robots. Another Kagome. This is a common back that I've seen in other,
Yeah.
Here's a V2 Raketo. Interestingly enough, another currency back.
Kagome back, yeah.
Yep. Just another rocket here. I've seen this back quite a bit. Ryan, do you know what that word at the top is in the box?
Ton something con. Tonchikan.
What does that mean?
I don't know. The name. My guess is the name Tonchikan. Is that?
I don't know. The problem with my translation has always been that the bell's cutting off that last figure, so it never knows which one it is. So,
I'm sorry. Can you go back to the previous one?
Which one?
Go back to
this one.
No, one before that one.
Oh, the V2 rocket.
Can you bring up the front? All right. So, okay, I was gonna say that the V2 and that last character looks Korean. That would be Mok, but I'm guessing it's not Korean.
Yeah, that means number. V2 number. V2 bond. Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, I could see how that would look like Korean.
Yeah. But the rest here just kind of. Also this last one. So this one's like a big sort of like wing or whatever. But
yeah, you need to make a book of all the cool artwork.
I know. Well, I don't know about a book, but what I need to do is upload it to Discord so it's at least there.
Yeah.
Just have so many that I won't stop buying. So I need to keep catching up. But yes, much like Gary originated, and then yourself, Ryan, with sumo. Someone needs to do non-sports, so
Yeah.
maybe it'll be me in my old age. We'll see.
I tell you what,
I already told him
there's a shortage of auctions in Japan coming, just with piles and piles of Menko.
Well, and I have to like stop myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like 1,000 yen for 5 kilos of whatever. I'm like, it's like, oh, do I really want to, so it's like, it's not easy for me to say no, but I've gotten better at it. Not that this is not a good example of me saying no, but you should be shocked at the number of things I haven't bought.
Yeah, you're in the hobby deep when you buy them by the kilos.
Yes. I have a per kilo price that I have in my head that if I can get that price point, I just basically pull the trigger, even if I have everything that's there or it's all stuff that's basically trash. Who knows? So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, who's got more to share?
I've got a few more. I actually have two more. I can go up next and.
One, Jared, were you done, Jared?
I'm trying to think of what else I might have that might interest you, but a lot of my other Japanese purchases are not Menko related. Sadaharu O home run tickets and Calby home run cards of the prize cards of his. But,
I would say it all interests us for sure. Yeah. So we'll go to you next.
We usually keep it to Japanese stuff. Occasionally I'll throw in a Korean stuff here and there, but we usually keep it to Japanese. So if it's Japanese, but it's not a card,
we're okay with it.
Be interested in seeing it.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Ryan.
So just a couple more items. I've been, as you know, on the baseball side, bromides are flipping crazy to try to catalog.
Yes.
But I've been trying to do it my best ever since I've started collecting, but they just keep popping up and they're super hard to catalog. Anyway, fortunately, I picked up this set. These are larger bromides. These are the
those are pretty big, yeah.
Yeah. And so again, on the BB series, these are when they're halftone printed.
Yeah.
They're labeled BB, but when they're actual photographs, I label them BP. So, but these are BBs. But these are all from the same set, which is really nice. In fact, I've never seen any of these bromides before.
Wow.
Surprisingly. So I picked up this set.
Is this guy, let me interrupt you. Is this guy right here? Is he the one that you have one of the figurines of that your brother got you?
Yes, you got it. Tochinishiki.
Yes.
Yeah,
wow.
Wakanohana and Tochinishiki.
Well done, Dan.
Yeah, look at you.
Impressed.
Look, I'm super impressed. Yeah, so the Wakanohana and Tochinishiki, they basically got sumo through the 1950s and then handed it off to Taiho. So yeah, Tochinishiki's extremely popular. Here's Kagami Sato. I think these have winter stamps on the back. So again, issued in tabas, larger. So surprisingly, they've survived all these years and this pretty good condition.
Really good condition.
Yeah. And you can see they're larger. What are they? Probably about the size of like 2.5 by 3.5 or so, probably.
And are they kind of glossy?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. But that's a pretty cool picture there.
That is
nice action. That's a really good one. Yep, here's the Yoshibayama. You can see look at that, the rocking that beard there.
That's awesome. That's not like a false beard. That's his straight up beard, right?
Yeah, that is. You don't see that often anymore, but
no.
So Tokitsuyama, some lower ranked wrestlers here. Here's Koto Gahama. He was an Ozeki, the second highest rank. This was when he looked a little bit older, so I'm thinking these are from the 55 or so. And then Tamano Umi here. I thought they had stamps on this one, but maybe not. But this one's got pinholes, so
pinholes.
Pin these up.
Yeah. On this cork board somewhere, or
yeah. So I've been kind of going through, and these tend to go for really cheap at auction. So this one's kind of weird. Don't laugh at this one.
Too late.
It's bigger, so This is from 1994. It is card related, but this is a Kleenex
tissue box. That is awesome.
a tissue box. So there's a story here. There's a game called Kamizumo or Paper Sumo.
You're right. Yeah.
Where some of you might be familiar with it, but it's where you put the paper sumo wrestler guys on like a cardboard box and you tap the box.
Yeah, you've shown us some of those.
Yeah, and they vibrate into each other. Well, this company made this Kleenex box so that you could cut out these so the wrestlers here. Here's Takanohana. He eventually became Yokozuna. I forget which wrestler that is, but you actually cut out the here and shows you how to set the ring up.
Oh man, using the box,
using the box. Yeah. So here's the ring on the bottom of the box, and you can.
Oh, there's the ring. Oh, wow.
You cut, and I apologize, it's not that big, but you cut this little part of the ring out. Then you would actually just tap the box, and then this would turn into a little.
That's amazing.
Ring. Now, what's really cool is it also shows here, and I apologize. I'm gonna have to
just fine.
But it shows you how to box up with these flags that you cut out, and it shows you how to make the roof of the ring.
Thing.
Wow.
So the whole thing is painted. So here's the flags that you cut out to put on your ring. I can't find the roof. I'll have to figure out that a little bit more. But here's the other flag that you cut out, and then you make your little Kamizumo thing all out of a tissue box.
That is absolutely amazing. The marketer in me thinks this is amazing.
And so again, my goal and my mission in life is to catalog as many sumo cards as I can, and I certainly
that's a sumo card.
Certainly consider these cards again. I narrowed this down to I think 1994, 1995.
Wow.
So this I can't read it. My eyes are crap. I can't read what that says. But this mark here, actually, I've seen it on telephone cards and several other sumo-related items. So this company either made the box and the tissue, or they actually are the ones that own the rights to this or whatever. But anyway, that's a tissue box. And now what's I think even more funny is somebody actually kept these for what are we going on 30 years now?
Yeah.
Somebody had this in their house and they're like, I need to keep that. And
wow.
Now it's
and not as a complete box, but as a used and then broken down and flattened. That's amazing.
Flattened. So I felt like it was my duty to
I say bless them, whoever they were, and then bless you for keeping it on. Did you get that joke there?
Bless you, with this.
Yeah,
I got that one.
I'm here all week.
There you go. So anyway, that's you'll see that in the 6th edition of my book. This will be cataloged, but there you go.
So I'm very curious as to what they'll be cataloged as.
So the more modern cards, I don't give them an actual catalog number, but I name the set, if that makes sense.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I think for baseball you use like JCM, JRM. So I certainly do that with sumo, but on the modern 1990s stuff, I don't give it a catalog number just because there's so few of them. I just named it.
Sure. So, interesting.
Yeah. When you were tapping on it like last time when you were showing us, that reminds me maybe they should make a newer version of the electronic football, which drove me nuts because it did.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what it is. It's the electronic football.
Yeah.
You know, the guys go around and push each other over. And
I could see like two sumo guys like not even facing each other and guiding off to the sides.
Yeah. So there you go.
All
Paper
right.
sumo.
Amazing.
Tissue box that that I rescued.
Right. Jared, you want to show us some tickets?
Please.
Yeah, let's see them.
A couple items here which you might find interesting. This is from the '84 All-Star game. I don't care too much about what happened in the '84 All-Star game, but before the game started, they had a home run derby between Hank Aaron and Sadaharu Oh.
Wow.
this was their second time doing it. They had done it like, I want to say 1979, 1980. So in 84, both of them were past their prime. There's some great YouTube videos showing these sort of slightly pudgy former
versions of themselves.
Yeah. And Aaron, of course, won again. He did it for both derbies, but
they were both retired in '84, right?
Right.
Yeah. Not their playing. The fact that either one of them still hit it out of the park, that's pretty impressive. What do you know what stadium?
If you watch, I don't recall which stadium it was, but it's on YouTube, and it's like with such ease, they're able to smash it out of the park.
That's amazing.
This is one that sort of started my collection. I happened to stumble across a posting of his final home run.
Oh, wow.
I'm sort of working backwards from there, trying to see how many I can get.
I get the last one. Can you find the first one?
It seems like it's really hard to get many of like the first 5 years of his career. Don't really show up that often.
Yeah.
A lot of those, do they show up on like Yahoo Japan auctions, the tickets?
As sort of unremarkable listings of here's some random tickets.
Yeah. That's a very common experience for a lot of things on Yahoo auctions, where it's just like, here's this lot of stuff I'm selling for 1,000 yen, and you're like, oh my god, this is like amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the other things I collect are the Calby home run cards.
Home run cards, yes.
So,
with the destroyer, you you posted this the other day. Yes.
So of course,
the
home run cards are the same cards in the front, but the prize winner card on the back. So it makes them a bit challenging to figure out what exactly you have, because as you know, Japanese cards are best identified by their backsides.
Yes.
I had sent off a bunch to SGC to see what they would do, and after mulling it over, they decided they couldn't slab them, I think because of a lack of identification.
Of course.
Which inspired me to document in a visual catalog all of Sadaharu O's Calby cards.
So you're doing exactly what you should do, because Gary did exactly that for all of Baseball Menko. Ryan is doing that for Sumo. It's like they will literally go to those experts and say, is this a thing? I don't know how often it happens with Sumo cards, how many of those they grade or not, but I know Gary is like basically an employee of theirs almost. Like I get
a lot of requests. I say a lot. I mean, it's probably once a quarter from PSA and SGC. They'll ask some on Sumo, but actually a lot of it's on pro wrestling. So
yes, that's right. Yes.
I dabble in pro wrestling as well, and so I've documented.
Dabble, you're too humble.
So they reach out to me and ask me some. But I'm really. It's really crazy to me that they will not slab something with all the experts out there on that stuff.
Yeah, and I've seen occasionally that PSA has slabbed them in the past. I'm not sure if they've just changed their policies or, what exactly it is. I did find a couple cards seem to have duplicate fronts, so that's an issue then if you're trying to be specific with what it is you're grading. But again, 95% of it, it's pretty obvious what it is once you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
They don't always know what they're looking at. I get that. So, but that's why you have experts. You consult them.
Jared, on the home run card, I'm sorry, there was a stamp. Is that the actual stamp for the home run? Is that what that means? Or?
So on the back side, you have a choice of, let me find one that is blank and easy to read. Okay, so here's an unused one. So it tells you you won the card. Now here's what you can do with it, and you're sent it in. So then the kids would circle this side the choice that they want, mail it back to the company. The company would send the kid back their used card and their prize. And so to show that the card's been used, they would stamp it in various ways saying this has been redeemed.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the redemption stamp. Okay.
Exactly.
That's cool.
I know Robert he's been opening Calby packs that he's buying in search of those unused, unredeemed home run cards, especially when Sadaharu O's that are the front is O, and that's the back. So very, very rare, as you can imagine. So
That's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Are you guys? Do you have? Any of you guys have more stuff?
I've got my baseball stuff. That's all I got left.
Yeah, let's see some of that.
Okay, that's. I
All
guess
right.
this might be it then. I think you'll finish us off here.
Oh, fabulous. All right. So I got several.
Kawakami.
I do have some Kawakamis. I always have Kawakamis. So these are ones that are not new to anybody, but we even have them on our Discord. But so this is JCM 102. This is an Oshita this is 1948, the big baseball backs.
Mm.
I'm in a couple of different like coloration varieties. So this one has the blue solid baseball there. Same set. This is Imanishi, but it has sort of that white baseball. So you kind of see the difference between same set, but different looking kind of style backs. But so that's two from there. I mentioned Doigaki earlier. Our boy has to make an appearance here on the channel. Oh, this is not really a Menko meetup if we don't show a Doigaki. But here's our guy.
Yes.
Doigaki, looking amazing with his pinstripe or whatever. This is JCM 188, the 1949 animal back.
Animal back, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Inoshichi.
or whatever that is. This is a Beto rookie. This is from JCM 105. It's a 1948 blue border set. Dropping no Beto rookie like it's nothing. But that's the back there. So here's my first Kawakami of the night. These are some of my favorite kinds of cards. So this is a JCM 157, 1949 red border Menko. And I love this one because it's just a really great portrait of him, but then it's one of those that has the portrait reverse back that I just think is so cool when they do that.
Yeah, it's so cool. That is really cool.
This next couple of cards, I'm very curious to get people's, if anybody else has ever had any of these before. This is a catalog set. So this is JCM 104. It's a 1948 double number back. So this is the back.
Never seen that book.
So this is Hiroyoshi Tsukamoto. And this is what the front looks like. And I'm going to see if I can get this. So can you guys see glitter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the bat.
I see it on the bat.
On the bat and up at the top there and down on the letters at the bottom, like his belt. So when so the set in Gary's guide doesn't say anything about this. It's glitter. It's not like gold print. It's glitter on the card. And I was like, oh wow, some really creative child took this card and put glitter on the card or something. But then I found other cards in this lot. So this is Giants manager Osuma Mihara, Hall of Famer. But again, you can see just in spots, there's like glitter on there. And I'm like, is this how they were made? They were printed with glitter on them? Like, I don't know what to make of it.
Is that different than sort of the gold variants of like the JCM 24?
Yes, like I have gold variants of a lot of different kinds of cards where you can see, that's gold, sort of printing on the paper, on the cardboard. And it's totally different. And this is a Kawakami.
Oh, wow.
But it also, again, you can see, if I get the light right, but down there on the Giants a little bit, you can see the little flickers of glitter. And it's clearly come off over the years at different places. But I'm like, so I haven't sent these to Gary yet to ask him, like, hey, do you have examples? Do they look like this? Or is this just, again, these all came in the same lot. Could totally be a kid who just literally had like glue and some glitter. But I'm like,
what year is that Kawakami?
What's that?
What year is that Kawakami?
These are 48s.
What's Kawakami's rookie year?
He's 47.
Okay.
Yeah. But so it's like, it's either a really creative child did this or they came with glitter. So I need to check with Gary. But anyways, so I thought that was like bizarre, but cool if that's actually how it was printed, but I don't know. Next up, let's see. Okay, so this is JCM 193. So this is the Home Run Derby set, if you guys have ever seen these before. So it's always, like in the guide, it points this out, that it's always sort of the story that the Home Run Derby was created in America in like the 60s or something like that or whatever. But in fact, it happened in Japan in 1949. So this set that's been created, I got a couple of cards from it, and it's cool because it shows all the different variations of it. So this is Kazuto Soroka, and this has the type 1 variation back. So the number in here is supposed to be the number of home runs he hit the previous season. And then the same card here also has this currency back, which is becoming a theme for me tonight. So some of the players have one of each type. And so that's one for Soroka. Here's a Kawakami, who's my guy. And he has the currency back here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is actually Kiyoshi Sugura, who was the manager at the time, player manager for Chinuchi. And this is an uncatalogued type 1 back. Gary only right now has the type 2 currency back. Interesting, if you look at his stats from 1948, he hit 12 home runs, not 11. So there you go. But that was him. This is nothing to write home about. It's just another one. This is from the JCM 91, 1947 Kagome Blue Crossback.
Yeah.
Kagome down there.
Yeah.
And this is Hideo Shimizu. Shimizu, yeah. Then I've got some this is JCM 183 young player back. So this is Hasagawa.
Is that brown or is that gold on the bat? Is that just a brown?
The bat's brown. Yeah, his brim of his hat's a little kind of goldish.
Gold, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any of these.
This is the young player back. Yeah, this one's in the Discord. These other two are uncatalogued. So this one kind of threw me for a loop for a while. This dude with no nose. So it says Minikawa in the English writing, but if you translate the Japanese, it's Minigawa.
Yeah.
So I was like, there is no I couldn't find a Minikawa. Like, what's going on? This is Sadayuki Minigawa.
Yeah.
And this is an uncatalogued one. Gary doesn't have this one yet. And then
in Korean, the G and the K are similar. Like
but it's not uncommon. I've seen it in other situations, but I was being American and just like, whoa, it says Minikawa. What the hell? So yeah, that was just me being stupid. This is another uncatalogued. This is a Kawakami, which is awesome for me because that's my guy. So, but this one is not listed in the catalog. And this back, I don't have any other of these young player backs, but they have a hunchback playing.
What is going on there?
What is that? It's like, did he get hit by the ball? And he's just really wearing a very big, I don't know. Who knows? One of the many reasons why I love Menko. And then two more. This is, so you mentioned Kawakami's rookie year. I have now my first Kawakami rookie. This is Kawakami. This is a JCM 47, 1947 Hoshigangu. This is Kawakami. It's his rookie year. So you can see down here the Hoshigangu star.
Yeah.
That. And then last but not least,
so you know, how many 1947 cards does he have?
He's got a handful. Yeah, there's obviously not as many as like 48s, 49s, and everything as far as just sheer volume, but there's others.
If you were ever to grade a card, would that be one of them?
You asked me this last time about the non-sports. It definitely could be, just because because it is a rookie and it's a you know, a JCM Menko. I think with baseball, I might be more inclined to grade some bromides, like some color bromides or something like that. Just I feel like they would present much better in especially some of my larger ones. Like I showed this I think last time or 2 times ago. So like this Kawakami, it's not a rookie, but it's a larger format. It's a prize winner card, and it's just a much more striking image that I feel like it would really look better in a slab.
You can
But,
slab
that one actually might be identified. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
It's like all bromides. It's really hard to know if they're actually what you think they are. And then last but not least, this is from an uncatalogued set. There's been several of this set that have been posted recently. I got this one, and I just got 2 others from this set. But so this is a Starfen.
Nice.
And it's this NPBS back. I'd never seen it until I saw these as well. But so NPBS, I assume, is Nippon Professional Baseball something series.
Is that the Winter Cup?
I don't know. The other cards that I've seen, there's 5 cards I think that were all posted by the same seller. There's the Starfin, there's a Kawakami that has an unknown player behind him. There's a combo card of Beto and Nishizawa, and there's a couple other ones that I can't remember the players now. But it doesn't strike me as, they were the ones who won that year or something. So I don't know anything about it. And I did a cursory sort of search of NPBS, and I couldn't find anything, but I'm searching in English, so probably not very helpful. But yeah, so I PC Starfen as well. So this was one that I was very happy to get. That is it.
Alrighty.
Man, wow, some great pickups.
There was some good ones. I got one really good lot that I probably paid a little bit more than I normally would, just because it had so many Kawakamis that I'd never seen before. And I got the rookie separate just on its own, which I got for a really good deal, actually. I think I got it for like 1,200 yen or something like that. I couldn't believe it. Like I put in a bid, and so, I'll put in bids sometimes when it's low, and then I'll come back, towards the end of it just to, how much higher do I have to go now that someone's outbid me? And all of a sudden I was like, you won. I was like, holy crap, what? It's like, does I want to sleep? I don't know. So it was good.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm winning, I'm like, oh crap, this is a little more than I want to pay.
I do that all the time, and most of the times I still pay. So depends on what it is, but
sure.
Usually if it's a Kawakami I've never seen before, if you're ever bidding on Yahoo Auctions on a Kawakami Menko and someone's bidding against you, it's probably me. Just so you know. So be nice and stop bidding.
Well, I think one of my competitors entered the show for the first time today.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, when that happens, you guys just need to go in a halvesies or something like that. Half the year it spends its time in Korea, then it comes over to the U.S. and spends time over here.
Yeah. Skellerads, thanks for jumping in.
Oh, hey, Mike, what's up, bud?
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
I was out all day, missed it. Figured I'd pop in for at least the tail end or whatever.
Glad you joined us, man.
Well, you said like me, did you have anything to share?
No, I have nothing. I haven't been ordering anything because I'm going to Japan either next month or like the end of next month, possibly early May. So
wait till
I'm gonna
July.
grab everything there.
Oh, okay. You guys can meet for a second time, right? You guys met in the show last time, right? Ryan and Mike, you guys met at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be there again in May.
Okay, awesome. What weekend is that in May?
I haven't gotten the notification yet from the lady that runs it.
Okay.
It's going to be in a bigger same convention center, but a bigger hall this year. So maybe there'll be more people there. I hope so.
Wow. Okay.
I'm pretty happy though, because this one guy that's another vendor there, apparently he's been spending the entire show just talking about how he doesn't like what I'm selling, and now he's not going to be there anymore. So
that's good.
Minor victory for me.
There you go.
Take your victories any way you can get them.
Right? I know, right?
All right. Is that it for everybody?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Jared. Next time,
Okay.
if you we do this once a month, usually once a month. So if you ever want to come back on, just let us know, and I can send you a link.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll try to notice things on Discord more frequently.
Yeah, the Discord's where we tend to
Yeah.
communicate
Yeah.
more about things. Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope everybody who's watched and joined us enjoyed it as well. So maybe late, I don't know, maybe late April. I'm sorry, maybe mid-April is what I'm guessing. Mid-April will be the next one.
Works for me.
We'll talk until then on Discord. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care, guys.
Hey,
Sayonara.